Greetings and salutation, YouTubers. I think that's the correct term. YouTuberia? YouTubists? YouTuberia? Everyone watching right now, greetings, how are you doing? This is Chris McKee from Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. We are downstairs. Welcome to my lair. I'm here with a pair of 814 models from Taylor, 814 CE to be specific. And we're here shooting this video because we have a unique opportunity, because these guitars, while they look the same, are not the same. And we'll get to that in a minute. But first, before you can know all the cool stuff, you need to subscribe. And if you don't subscribe, the video will just stop and your computer will explode. I promise. So subscribe, and then you can get all the latest, greatest videos that we do. So, we're a big Taylor dealer. We love Taylor guitars. We love Martin guitars too. We'll be doing some comparisons on that too, because we know you guys love that stuff. But these are two very cool guitars. So, one of the first videos we ever did was on the redesigned 814 CE. And if you've seen that video, we've come a long way since. But Taylor redesigned this right at the end of 2013. It's their flagship model, and when they did, they changed the bracing. They changed the finish, they changed a lot of things about the aesthetics and the construction of the guitar. So we're going to do just a quick rundown if you're not familiar with the specs. These are Grand Auditorium design guitars from Taylor. They are just as deep, just as wide as a dreadnought, but with a tighter waist, which accentuates the bell-like treble tone and makes it really a good do-all kind of Swiss Army knife guitar. It's great for strumming, it's great for picking, it's great for fingerstyle. It's a do-all guitar, and it's their most popular body shape in their range. The 800 series has long been their flagship. It is a spruce top rosewood guitar. And what they did starting 2013 is they changed up some of the aesthetic and the build design. So the bracing on this is what Taylor calls their advanced performance bracing. It's scalloped, it's tapered, it's basically a more resonant design. The back bracing on this for a smaller body guitar like the Grand Auditorium is angled for greater bass response. It's got side bracing to tie it all in so that the whole guitar moves and the back and sides kind of get more into the whole fray of what's going on. It's got a thinner finish. Taylor is able to take this poly UV cured finish down to 3.5 millimeters, which is really thin. That's about as thin as a sheet of notebook paper. And as far as I know, it's still the thinnest UV cured poly finish on the market today. It's available on their 600 series, or 800 series, or 900 series so far. So advanced performance bracing, thin finish, hide glue construction where it matters. So the bracing, it's all braced and glued up on the top with protein glues. They went through, and Andy Powers redid the aesthetics with a new inlay design that harkens back to some of the original designs. Pale maple binding along the neck, the headstock, and the body. And the ES2 was also ushered into existence on these new 800 series guitars. So they've been a hit. We've sold a lot of them. They are very, very popular, and the change that Taylor started with this that have gone through the rest of the line are phenomenal. They're very, very resonant guitars. So why do I have two in my lap? Well, this one's a little special. This one is made of Brazilian Rosewood instead of East Indian Rosewood. And because these guitars are otherwise absolutely identical, as much as any two guitars made out of tree wood can be, we decided it'd be really cool to kind of put these up to each other and play them. A lot of people ask about Brazilian Rosewood. Is it worth it? Brazilian Rosewood costs a lot of money, in part because you can't get it. It's an endangered species. It cannot be cut down and exported out of Brazil anymore. In fact, even the seeds are protected. So if some entrepreneurial person wanted to, say, grow a grove of Brazilian rosewood trees somewhere else, they can't. It's a protected species, which means that what you have on the market today is either old growth that was cut down prior to the CITES treaty that banned the import of this wood, or it's salvaged wood, or it's illegal wood. So it's kind of one of those things that can be on the fringe of criminality, or just the rarity that many of us musicians lust for. So it's rare, and that makes it expensive. But what else about it? Well, the guitars of yesteryear were generally built with Brazilian rosewood. It has wonderful tonal characteristics to it. And when people talk about beautiful, say, pre-war Martins, those are spruce and Brazilian rosewood guitars. And so the tonal characteristics that it's known for are lusted after by many. But a lot of people have never had the opportunity to play a Brazilian rosewood guitar or compare a Brazilian rosewood guitar where it's actually an apples to apples comparison. And this is absolutely the closest we could ever get to that. So a few things about these two species. Brazilian rosewood often has some very dark chocolatey brown and purple striations through it. It can be very strikingly beautiful wood. East Indian rosewood is also very nice. It's generally more straight grained and has chocolatey brown hues to it. From a tonal standpoint on the spectrum, generally East Indian rosewood actually has a deeper tone to it. It's going to have a stronger general bass. Brazilian rosewood is going to have a tighter bass response with more overtones and a really singing treble along with more sustain than East Indian rosewood. So this has been kind of the norm for many, many years because of the scarcity and the lack of availability on this stuff and the cost that's associated with it. So this is a much more expensive guitar. Can you hear the difference? That's the question. So we're going to try to answer today. We're going to play the rosewood guitar. We're going to play the same stuff on the Brazilian rosewood guitar so you can hear the differences between them. If you have any comments, comment down below. And if you have any questions, give me a call at our flagship store. Thanks.